All right. So this is October 15th, 2020. This is part 2 of our Mele and Mo'olelo Veheana Akamana'o. And we're going to talk about in part 2 a mele called PiʻI. Pi'i ke kai, he kai ko o pi'i NamakaokahaʻI. O ka ale nui, o ka ale iki, o ka ale popo'i. Ua ke ahi, ua ena, a e pele wahine. Nau e ka lani, nau e ka honua o ka na ue. O ka ho'ohoa, o ka hakaka, pau I kahiki e. Ua hai ia, ua haʻi, puehuna ʻIWI-O-PELE. O ka puni, he ho'opuni, puni, NamakaokahaʻI. Lilo ke kanaka, I akua, o la pele o ka lua. So this mele appeared on a CD entitled Kapilina that was recorded by a cousin of mine, Teresa Bright, and myself. And the songs were all written by me. And she recorded some of them in her kind of jazzy Hawaii style. And I did the chanting, the mele hula. It was recorded 24 years ago. 24 years ago. But each of my mele is not only about this and that. It's about sharing a lesson. There are words, there are proverbs, because that's where our kupuna talked. Yeah, they talked to us in Olelo no Heau. They talked to us in Olelo Nane, riddles. Yeah. Olelo no lako ia mako I ke kanakahelo e kolu. Ai aki ia kanakahelo e kolu. A o maupopo iau. Hoi no ke ano o lako, and they spoke to us in the third person. Where's the third person? I don't know. But they never address things as I. You know, like the iMac, the iPad, the iPhone. Nothing was about I. Yeah? Always in the third person. Apehea oe a mai kai o kupuna. Kupuna makamaka oe e ai a makamaka o kupuna e ai. Oe no ke ano o ka olelo ano o lako. They had a unique way of speaking. Never about the I, because the I, a little bit, selfish, yeah. They don't make like that. Nui no kahaʻan alako. Very humble our kupuna. I think maybe if they saw, the ho'opuni maluno o whakepuke, maybe they ha'ule iho. If they saw all the Cracker Jack on Facebook, maybe they faint. Because, ale no lako ke kaula'i o na iwe o na kupuna I kala. They don't just throw their bones out in the sun so everybody can see what they're doing. A malama iho no, iloko o ka ohana, they take care of those things in the family. Today, kaula'i no I kala ka iwe o na kupuna. Any kind of story, throw out for everybody to see. Ale maupopo, ke la anohana o na la hui o Hawaii ki I maula. Kaula'i ano o na iwe o na atu puna I kala. Kaula'i no. Throw everything outside. Au e ke aloha e. So we come to this mele. Pi'i ke kai ko'o. Pi'i NamakaokahaʻI. And the word pi'i is to rise up, to ascend, to advance, yeah, to move forward. Pi'i ke kai, the sea is moving forward. A play on the word pi'i koi, to claim honors, that are not rightfully due. PiʻI, to rise up as the strong sea, to flare up with anger. So the mo'olelo is that this is a strife that is going on between NamakaokahaʻI, one of the elder sisters of Pele Wahine, and Pele herself. Ho'omakano ke ia kawa ana ala ua, ke ia mea hakaka, makaaina o Tahiti. So this battle, this strife between the two, that started in Tahiti, we call KAHIKI. Ke kumo o ke ia hakaka mawaino o la ua, ka hawe ia aku ia Pele, ke kule ana o ka hoa ana no o ke ahi. Ike ia hawe ia ana e lono mākua a nuhano o NamakaokahaʻI a PiʻI no kona huhu. So when their uncle Lono Makua gave the kuleana of fire to Pele, this incited the rage inside of NamakaokahaʻI because she was older and she felt it should belong to her. Well, rather than making hakaka, makila aina, manao o Pele, ponono oia e holo aku. Holo maluno o ka moana ma Kawaikapuokalani. Noi ako no oia I ka ohana ina makamakala ako e hele meia ia a hele pula ako maka ia holo ana maka imi ana he aina ho no lako I no hui wai. So she asked her family, those who wanted to go with her, that they would go together and look for a new place to dwell because she never make hakaka with NamakaokahaʻI ke la aina, so make oia e ne'e to move. Holo aku, sail away, maka wa'akaulua on the huge canoe, the double hull canoe, the kind like kokulea, me kona ohana with her family, maka imi ana no he aina ho no lako I no hui hoai to look for a new home for them to dwell. And so that's the mo'olelo. The premises of everything is this hakaka, this anger, this rage, this strife, this battle. Because you're going to find out the end of the story. You get all this PiʻI, ka inaina, ka PiʻI, a ka huhu. At the end, you know what you're going to have? Nothing. O ke aloha ka mea I ho'ola ai. Aloha, always going to bring life. O ka huhu ka mea I ho'ola ole ai. And all the anger going to bring nothing but one thing, regret. Regret. So, as we continue on with the first verse, the ko'o, PiʻI ke kai he kai ko'o, PiʻI NamakaokahaʻI. Ko'o is this strong force, this strength, the rough, and the kai ko'o is the rough sea. The rough sea, of course, is NamakaokahaʻI, because she's the akua wahine o ke kai, ka moana nui, he akua wahine o NamakaokahaʻI. Oia no ke ano o kona hahai ako no ia Pele, ko Pele holo ako no e imi aina ho, and that's how she followed Pele in her form of the ocean. The ko'o, is the staff, It's a cane, like when the kupuna walk with the mea ko'o, they need that support. But ho'oko'o, that is to push, to brace, or to resist. And in this hakaka, they both have something, And so Pele decided to move, but still, NamakaokahaʻI carried the burden of the eha and the huhu, and the inaina, ilokoneo, kona kino, kona uhane ape, kona no ana, mauno ke la hakaka, mauano la ua. So then she held on to that. And so in the first verse, this NamakaokahaʻI, and look at her name, NamakaokahaʻI. Of course, it has many, many meanings, but in the song, it represents the beginning or the start of this ha'iana, the breaking, the breaking of the bonds, the breaking of the relationships, the breaking of the bones. And we're going to get to that, the breaking of the bones, okay? So, NamakaokahaʻI. All right, the ale, yeah, the ale, the crest of the wave or the billowing of the waves, yeah, the whole ale iloko nei o ka puʻuwai, the whole ale o ke aloha iloko nei o ka puʻuwai, the surge of all this aloha within the heart, yeah. The surge, yeah, is coming, and the surge is NamakaokahaʻI. The surge is coming after Pele Wahine. No ka nui o kona huhu, ke kumu o ke lakuhu, a ka haave ia aku no ia Pele, nā lona mākua, ke kuli ana o ka hoa ana no o ke ahi. The reason for all this huhu was because their uncle Lono Makua decided to give the kuleana fire to Pele. Oh my. I don't know if we're going to finish this story. We're going to try. So if you like, stay and hear the whole thing, stay. Won't be one long more olelo. All right. We come to verse 2. Ua a ke ahi. Ua ena a e pele wahine. Nau e kalani, nau e kahonua, o ka nā ue. So, ah is fiery, burning like real fire, but fiery and burning is like burning with anger and jealousy. Ho ke ahi, light the fires up. Ho ke ahi also incite or arouse what anger and jealousy. Oya ho'iha. Oya ho'iha. And Pele, again, she resists. She gonna resist this whole thing. Yeah. And so this battle going to happen. This battle going to happen. Ena. Ua ake ahi ua ena. It's red hot. It's glowing. It's not only the fire now. Yeah. Speaking on two sides now. This is about the fire and the anger and the jealousy and the battle that's going to happen. Yeah. The raging, the emotions, the whole ena to cause heat. The heat of what? Not only the fire of Pele, but the anger and the emotions that these two sisters are going to, are experiencing and are going to battle because of this. E pele wahine, e pele wahine. She's stepping over, she's treading upon, in a sense, she will trespass. She will overstep her kuleana. But that was not all her fault. That was not all her fault. Because she would ask, she was pili to her kupuna, and her kupuna went malamo oya, ke kipuna hele, and nanano ihabe no ya oya ika kuleana ho ake ahi, and he gave it to her. No kona aloha nui ia because his great love for her. But in the eyes of NamakaokahaʻI, she would ha'e, she would trespass, she would break the kapu, she would break the law of the hiapo. She was supposed to receive everything NamakaokahaʻI. And that's another mea no ka huhu ana no o NamakaokahaʻI a Pele wahine. Naue. Kanaue ana ino. Naue kalani. The heavens are all in a turmoil. Naue kahonua. The earth is in a turmoil. O kada ue. Everything is swaying back and forth. Yeah. Earthquake. I know that feeling. You know why? I've been in several. I'm not going to say many. I've been in several. Last year, I was in the mega typhoon in Japan. And as the typhoon was hitting Japan, my hotel started shaking. No. Shaking to and fro, back and forth, because no earthquake. The typhoon coming in one direction and the earth is all shifting about. I know this feeling. Mapopo pono ia'u. I understand. And in Hakumele, you write from these references. Yeah? You write from these references. Okay. Verse 3. Ho'oka ho'ohoa o kahakaka. Pau I kahiki e. Wahai ia ua haʻi puehu na iwi-o-pele. So the hoa, the hoa in this particular song has so many meanings. Of course, we know our hoa aloha is our friend and our companion, but hoa is also to tie, bind, secure. E hoa na lima e kamakani. Remember that chant? Those of you who know, yeah. So hoa is to tie, bind, or secure. Also, it means to strike with a club or to club. O ka ho'ohoa. Now the battle is starting between the two of them. O ka ho'ohoa. O ka hakaka, to fight, to quarrel. The strife is going on between the two of these sisters. O ka ho'ohoa, o ka hakaka. Pau I kahiki. It ends in kahiki. Not kahiki where it started. It ends kahiki nui on Maui at KA-IWI-O-PELE. That's where this ends. The fight ends on Maui, KAHIKI-O-PELE. Yeah? Excuse me, kahiki nui ma KAHIKI-O-PELE, KA-IWI-O-PELE, kalamaiau. And if you look at the word hiki, yeah, ability, yeah. Hiki a oi, hiki ia oi. Can you? I can. Yeah. Who get the greater ability? Hiki ana NamakaokahaʻI ke lana kila, hiki a pele ke lana kila. Iloko ke ia kawa ana ala ua. Who has the ability to be victorious, yeah, in the battle? Is it NamakaokahaʻI? Is it Pele? And the battle is at kahiki nui, the big ability. Who gonna have the big ability? Yeah. And what is this big ability? What going to happen? Hai. Wahai ia ua haʻi. Hai is how savage the battle was, how furious, how extreme this battle was between the two of them. Because they're fighting for the mana, the power, the authority. Who gonna have the authority, Who gonna have this authority? The ha'i, to break or snap. The ha'i, break or snap. Wahai ia ua haʻi puehu na iwi-o-pele. Well, now we know what happened. In her physical body, Pele was defeated because NamakaokahaʻI, ha'i ia na iwi, broke all the bones, puehu na iwi-o-pele, and threw all the bones, scattered all the bones, puehu. And bones are very, very cherished possessions. I just gave you Olelo No'el. Kaula'i na iwi o nā kupuna I ka lā. When you throw the bones of your ancestors out in the sun, when you throw your personal family issues out for everybody to see. Another one is hole hole na iwi. When you strip the bones, when you publicly talk about your family members, hole hole iwi. And again, yeah, I was brought up the old way. A maupopopo na ia'u. I have to hahaiak no ina po e kupuna. Ale make e ha'i I ke kuli ana I kau make ko'i maluna o ko upu uhiwi I ka mālama ana I ka hana iana. I cannot do that because I have to follow the way of my kupuna because nā lākou no e mālama mai ana ia'u me ke aloha. A me ka mālama nui. Hānai no la lākou ia'u me nā mea ai. Nā mea ai no ka ho'okaika o ka uhane. Nā mea ai no ka ho'ikaika o ka no'ono'o. Nā mea ai no ka ho'ikaika o ka ukino. See, my grandparents gave to me, food for my spirit. Food for my thought processes. Food for my body. And I follow that. I follow all of that. I have to. Yeah. Ho'opili no au me nā po'e kupuna. All right, so that is verse 3. Now we come to verse 4. Verse 4 is the last verse. Maybe we're going to power, maybe, I don't know. Okay, so it says, Okapuni, he ho'opuni puni, puni namakaokahaʻI, lilo ke kanaka I akua, ola pele o kalua. Ooh, it's a good last verse. Kapauku eha, because it says ola pele o kalua. So in the third verse it says, NamakaokahaʻI ha ki ia ina iwi, broke all the bones, puehu na iwi o pele, and scattered the bones of Pele at KA-IWI-O-PELE kahiki nui. The ability, the big arrival. Who? Oai ke ia. Oai ka mea ilana kila maka ia kawa ana o la ua. A pau no ke kino kanaka o Pele I ka hake ia ana na NamakaokahaʻI. A puehu no na iwi. Puehu. So we know in the physical battle, Pele lost. Aue ke aloha e. Aue. Aloha ino o Pele. So now we come to verse 4. Puni. Okapuni. To surround, to control, to overcome by battle. To overcome by battle. Even overcome by emotion. Okapuni. Okapuni. But that surrounding, that total surrounding of Pele by NamakaokahaʻI. He ho'opuni-puni. He ho'opuni-puni. That was delusion. That was deceit. She was deceived and she was fooled. Okapuni he ho'opuni-puni. Puni NamakaokahaʻI. She was surrounded, by that deceit. So she thought she won. She totally encompassed that battle and she was lanakila. In the physical sense, in the spiritual sense, it was just deceit, delusion. NamakaokahaʻI was deluded. And at the end, we bring her name out again, NamakaokahaʻI. Because now the beginning of the telling. First was the beginning of the breaking, now the beginning of the telling. Like the ha'ina, the telling. Puni NamakaokahaʻI. No ke ahala. Lilo ke kanaka. This woman Pele, because this battle was when they were kanaka. Lilo ke kanaka I akua. She became a goddess. So her spirit went rise up into the clouds. And now she was not Pele wahine, she was Pele akua wahine. So her akua, never the pono akua au makua kupuna, makua keiki. Her akua, she went kahe to her akua, and her akua went take her uhane, lift them up. Kalevalani. A lilo ia ke ia kanaka, a he akua. He akua. So victory at the end when belonged to Pele, no kona pili, me kona maukupuna, no kona pili, me kona akua. And that's how she won this battle. And at the end of the battle, lilo Pele wahine, I Pele akua wahine. Mai kaiki ia mo'olelo. Finally, the last line says, Ola Pele o kalua. Ola Pele o kalua. Pele of the lua being, of course, Kilauea. Hale ma'uma Kilauea. So, think about that now, Ola Pele o kalua, because Hale ma'u was a play for me on the word mau, perpetual, forever. Maua mau, hale ma'u, hale mau. This house that is perpetual, that will live forever. This dynasty, will live forever. Ola Pele o kalua, kalua o hale ma'u. And the descendants live on. They will live on. And you hear me use the word descendants, mo'opuna. The mo'opuna of who? the mo'opuna of Pele. Ola Pele o Kalua, that Pele had multiple lives, that Pele has multiple mo'opuna. She has descendants. Now remember, Pele had keiki. I loko o ko umanao, I kola e kolu ana mau keiki kane. In my recollection, she has 3 sons. A kaman aina no wau me ka mo'olelo e pili ana no o pelo nui kau ha'alilo, o ia ho I ke keiki a Pele a me ka mapua'a. Ola ki ia keiki, ho au no ki ia keiki, hanau no nā mo'opuna nā ki ia keiki a Pele. O mākou no, nā mo'opuna a Pele, a me ka mapua'a, a me ke keiki no ala ua o hoi o pelo nui kau ha'alilo. So in the genealogies, Pele has children. And Pele's children are the ones that live on and multiply. And we still here. With the mo'opuna of Pele wahine me ka mapua'a. With the mo'opuna o pelo nui kau ha'alilo. O ia ho'i ha, lo'o no ia o I ka mo'oku au hau. Na no I mālama ki I mo'oku au hau. I have the genealogy, our family genealogy that goes back to, of course, Pele. And so in the last line, when I say that, Ola Pele o Kalua, Pele, I'm referring to not only to her life, her existence in Hale Ma'u, Hale Maua Mau, this dynasty that lives on, this bloodline that lives on, but that she has these many lives, because remember Pele appears as a luahine, a opio wahine, she has many, many kinolau, but that Ola Pele o Kalua, that her generations, the lua, ho'okahi ahanau, ho'okahi ahanau, ho'okahi, maybe elua e kolo e ha, but they kept multiplying. 2020, they're still here. Ike no ea o nā kupuna ke la. Ike no ea o nā kupuna o ke la, nā makono I mālama, pūlama no, ke ia ike no ea o nā kupuna. Aia no ka ike no ea o ka mo o kuau hau I pūlama ia me ke aloha I loko o ki ia maumele na uno e haku I kuai. Na uno e ho'olahalahano me oko, ka ho'ovewe ana ka manao. So this is about how I take all of this information and I write them into the stories. I write them into the stories. So I'm going to end class by sharing with you all what your assignment is going to be next week. Ai he ka mana o ka mele, ai he ka pono o ka mele, ai he ka ike o ka mele, nui no na ha'awina. So many assignments this week. Ai he ka hohonu o ka mele, ai he ka hohonu o ka mele. Where is the depth of the mele? Ai he ka hohonu o ka mele. And remember, your interpretation is yours. Nobody is wrong. You may have your own interpretation about the depth of a mele. Ai he ka hohonu o ka mele. Oia ho'i ha. Oia I ono. It is the truth. Ahui ho me ke aloha a pau ki ia ha'i o lela. Pau ki ia ha'i o lelo ka ho'ovehewe ana o ko umana o e pili ana no ka mele PiʻI ke KAI-IWI.